Hi there. So today here we got the Georgetown here by Forest River. We're going to go ahead and cover a little bit of the water features here, such as like the water tank and how to fill it, and then we're going to go over a little bit of how to dump this thing as well. So we'll basically be going over all the water features here with the Georgetown by Forest River. So we'll go ahead and get started with that now. This is your water area. So out here, this pink tank here, it's not going to look like this when you're running it unless it's wintertime like it is now. So in the wintertime, we have that RV antifreeze in there so that nothing freezes over and cracks. So this unit is equipped with an outdoor shower. In order for this to be working, you'll have the water pump on, and here you can go ahead and hook up that freshwater hose if you were at a fill station, or if you were at, or not a fill station, but if you were at an RV park. When you're at an RV park, you'll hook the water up here and you won't need to run the water pump. To fill your fresh tank, say you're at a fill station and there was fresh water to fill, you'll go ahead and use this one here, and you'll hook the hose up and you'll run that until the tank is full, and you can get a view of that on the other side, and I'll go over that with you. This one, the black tank flush, that's for the service tech to take care of and to flush out that black tank, unless when you're dumping your sewage, which is here. This is your black valve. This one will be for the toilet and the sewage water. That hose will hook up to this tank, or to this outlet here, and that sewage hose has 4 prongs on it, and it'll plug into these 4 prongs here on this outlet. So when you're going to dump your sewage, you'll go ahead and you'll dump the black tank first, and then you'll go ahead and dump your gray water, which is this smaller valve here on the right. This one is for the sink water, the shower, stuff like that. And there are gauges that you can look at and notice whether or not those are full. Oh, and make sure you get those valves closed when you're all done. Okay, this last one here before the front tire, or before the rear tire, this one's going to have your sewage hose, and this will be the hose that you'll use to drain the sewage. There's also a freshwater hose in there, and a hose to just use to rinse stuff. Over here is your water tank. This is your freshwater tank. So right now it is empty because it's winter, but this will be, it's basically a clear tank, so you'll be able to see when this thing is full. And that's what I was saying, when you're filling it from the other side, you'll be able to see this thing quite full, and you'll notice the level filled up there. And once it's full, then you go ahead and shut off your inlet there. This is your water pump. This will be run by a switch inside. We're going to go ahead and cover the propane tank and the fill while you're out there on the road, or when you're going ahead and filling that thing up and bringing it back from your trip. So here, right behind the driver's front wheel, you're going to go ahead and find this big, huge door. It says Propane on it, and this is where you'll be opening up and basically letting the fill tech at the gas station take over. And as you can see, the gauge is going to say full when you come and pick it up, and this is how it is required when it comes back. It's going to show full. This knob will be turned on when you're using it, and after you get it filled up by the technician there at the fill station, it'll usually come back off, because they will turn it off when they fill it up. And this is regular gasoline. The key on the key ring will have the key for the gasoline door there. Oh, all right, so this little key here is the one that's on the key ring, and that is the one that's gonna go ahead and operate your gas door. It's the little tiny silver key. All right, and also go over a little bit of the charging system here and how to run that cable and how to connect everything properly. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. This compartment here has your generator in it. There won't need to be any access of this generator unless you end up overloading the system and you trip the circuit. So that would cause these inline fuses to be tripped. Basically circuit breakers here, 30 amp circuit breakers. So then you'd come out and you'd find it like this, and you would just flip them back on. Simple enough. And the checkout technician, the service tech, will go ahead and adjust the float on this carburetor to the correct altitude that you'll be traveling to. That way you won't have any issues on startup or anything like that. And to start the generator from the inside, there will be a switch just like this one, and you can hold down the stop prime button until that light turns on and you hear it prime that carburetor. Then you can hold the start button. And that took a little bit because it is a cold winter day here in Colorado, out here in Grand Junction. So that was the first startup of the day. So, you know, it might take just a little bit to get it running if that's your first startup. So in here is your electricity. You're gonna have this thing plugged in to either a 30 amp outlet, which this big guy right here, to have that generator circuit complete, you'll need to plug it in to this outlet right here, and that completes the charging circuit for the generator. If you're at a KOA or you're at a campground with a plug and you wanted to just run off their electricity and not use the generator, you will be supplied this connection here, and you'll simply plug that into this, and at the other end you're going to see a regular 110 outlet plug, or if you pulled this adapter off here, you'll have the 30 amp plug. So you should be well equipped to plug into any situation there. Here we have another storage area and an extension cord for the power if you need to get a little bit closer to an outlet there at the site. And this little key here is going to go ahead and operate your door. So that will lock the door. That will unlock the door. Pretty straightforward. We're going to lock it for now. All right, that concludes the exterior walk around.